Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sage if you're new here, which more than likely you are because this is my first official video, so welcome. Today I will be filming my first daily makeup routine for all of you, which is what you see on my face right now. Very glowy, very simple, my skin but better. So if you're interested in learning how to do this look, just keep on watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, so let's get right into it and comment any video recommendations or suggestions down below, anything that you want to see. My content will primarily be skincare, makeup, style, and lifestyle. So yeah, feel free to comment anything that you want to see, and I hope you enjoy today's video. So let's get into it. So let's just jump right into my everyday makeup routine. So I'm gonna show you the routine that I, do on a daily basis. Daily basis, I say that loosely because I don't wear makeup every single day, and if I'm, running out the door, I'll just throw on concealer. This isn't like the routine I'm typically doing like on, a day-to-day basis. I say every day, like for when I go to work and like if I'm going to dinner. So like this is just like my very basic toned down makeup routine. So I'm gonna show you a couple of options for some of the products because I bounce between two. I don't use the same exact products every single day. So my skin is already moisturized and prepped. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing that I do always is I will do my base with either a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer. I do not like to use foundation. My skin is super, super sensitive, so wearing foundation aggravates it and really dries it out. So my preferred, base is a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer, and I use two different ones that I bounce between. I actually just got one of them, so I'm still figuring out whether I like it or not. So the one that I know that I like is the tinted moisturizer, and it is the Beauty Balm by Trish McEvoy, and this is in the shade 1, and it's got SPF 35 in it. So I love this, especially for the summer. If you're doing like a bit of a dinner look, this is a great option. And the one that I just got is a skin tint, and it's by Kevyn Aucoin. I got it in the shade 3. I can't tell if I like this or not yet, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use this today just because it is a little bit lighter than the tinted moisturizer. So we're gonna start with this, and I'm gonna do it with a Sephora 64 brush. I use this brush for a lot of things, not even only, foundation and tinted moisturizer and skin tints. I use it for my bronzer, if I'm doing a cream bronzer or a cream blush or a cream highlight, any kind of cream product. This is a great brush, so I highly recommend. So I'm going to start by putting this on the back of my hand. I only start with like a couple of pumps. I don't know if you can see that. But I start with a couple of pumps and I just kind of work it into like my hand. And then I will just kind of apply this all over the skin. Again, it's super light, and I don't know if you can see it, but it does have a very nice finish. I don't typically like things that are scented because I have such sensitive skin, and scent usually aggravates my skin. So the fact that I'm using this is shocking because it does have a little bit of a scent. Not anything too strong. And right now I'm just buffing this into the skin. I don't know if you can see, but I'm really like kind of pressing it in rather than rubbing. My skin is a little irritated right now because I do have some hormonal breakouts. I recently came off of hormonal birth control, and my skin doesn't really like me for it. So we are struggling right now with the skin. But this just has a beautiful glowy finish, which I really, really like. And it just looks very natural on the skin. You know, my ideal look is always like my skin but better. I don't want to look like I'm wearing a lot of product, so this is great for that. It really does truly look like your skin. Also, I'm looking into the viewfinder, so this makes it a little bit hard to see. And I'm next going to go in with like my all-time favorite concealer. So this is what the base looks like before concealer. It looks really pretty other than my breakouts. But next we're gonna go in with concealer, and I will never stray from this concealer. This is one of the very few products that I don't switch up because I trust this concealer with my life, and it is amazing. It is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Can you see that? Focus. There we go. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla. Love this. Live by it. It's amazing. Won't disappoint. I've been using this probably since freshman year of high school. Not this exact tube, but this kind of concealer and this shade. It's amazing. Highly recommend. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to start by putting it with a couple dots there, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. This is just to cover up some of those dark circles under my eyes, which I tend to have a lot of these days because of the weather for some reason really affects my dark circles. And then any blemishes, since I've got a couple of breakouts, we're going to cover those. I always do a little bit on my chin just to kind of brighten it up. I've got a blemish right there right now. And then anywhere that I just see any kind of pigmentation, I put that on. And then I put it on my eyelids as well to kind of act as a base for what I do on my eyes later on. So I'm going to take this Hourglass concealer brush. This is new to me, but I love this. You can also use it as a cream bronzer brush, but I don't use it for that just because I don't always wear cream bronzer. So I just use it for my concealer. So I'm going to start by blending that in and really just buffing it into my under eyes. I absolutely love this brush. I just think it gets into all of the little spaces that a lot of brushes can't get into, and I think it's great. And so I'm just loosely blending all of this out. Again, I don't want to feel like I'm wearing heavy makeup. I literally could not hate anything more than when it feels like I'm wearing heavy makeup. I just love to feel like I'm wearing nothing on my skin, hence the reason I do my makeup the way that I do. And so we're just really pushing it into the skin, hoping that it covers those blemishes. If not, everyone gets them. Everyone gets breakouts. Don't feel like you're alone. I never used to really break out before birth control, and so this is an adjustment for me to have these kinds of breakouts, but it's okay. We persevere. And don't feel ashamed if your breakouts are peeking through. Just know that everybody has that time of the month. You're only human. And so I'm using this for all of the bigger areas where I have breakouts. Like if I put more concealer on in these areas, and I'm just kind of taking it all over to brighten up those places. For my blemishes, I will actually take a spot concealing brush. I will take a spot concealing brush and I will do a little bit of like a dabbing method rather than like rubbing. Although I don't rub under my eyes either. I pat it into the skin. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna pat it in circular motions. I don't know if you can see that too well. Patting it in to circular motions, with circular motions. And then if you still see the blemish, you can either choose to just leave it, or if you're a perfectionist like me, I will put a little bit more on. Oh, see, just covered the blemish right up. You never want to rub your blemish. Always just like pat it into the skin. It's going to make more of a difference. If you're rubbing it, you're more than likely going to rub off the product. So try and steer clear of doing that. Okay, so that is like our finished skin but better base. And next we're gonna go in with bronzer. So I'm going to take my bronzer, I'm gonna open it, and it's gonna look like this. And I'm going to take that same exact skin tint brush, and I'm going to rub it over the bronzer like so. This is a great method for cream bronzer rather than rubbing it on your skin, because doing that will just take off any products that you already had on. So do it like this. You're gonna rub it onto the bronzer stick, and you're going to pat it into the cheekbone. You're not gonna rub. I know it looks a little orange right now because it's not blended all the way, but it is going to look so pretty when it's done. And I'm just patting. Just keep patting until you feel it looks blended enough. So pat, pat, pat. And like kind of doing it in circular upward motions. Don't drag down. You'll end up taking product off. So avoid that at all costs. And I'm just keeping it right above my cheekbone. And then I just will bring any excess that's on the brush up into my forehead. I don't like to wear a lot of makeup on my forehead, so anything that I put on my forehead is just going to be excess from whatever I put on my cheek. But if you want a little bit more, just take a tiny bit and just do the same thing, pushing it into your skin rather than brushing. So let me see if I can. There we go. And don't forget your hairline. That's super important. If you're wearing your hair up, you don't want people to see like the difference from where your face is and your hairline is. That isn't a good look. So make sure you're blending it up to your hairline. Okay, that looks great. I think today I'm going to go with the Wonderlust NARS Liquid Blush. I love this. It's kind of a purpley, purpley shade. Oh, come on, focus, 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 focus. Can you see? No? Okay. Well, it's purple, but it doesn't look purple on the skin. So I'm going to show you. We're just going to apply it like so. It blends out to a beautiful color. With these kinds of liquid blushes, you kind of have to work quickly. Also, I apply it to my cheekbones above where I just put that bronzer and my nose, and that's the only place I put my liquid blush. And so we're going to blend out with that same exact brush. I told you, this brush gives you a lot of use. We're gonna go in and tap that in as well. As you can see, it does take off some product. It's just natural with liquid products that it will take off some of the product you've had on before, but just look at how pretty that blends out. It's so stunning and makes such a beautiful, it comes out to be this beautiful pinky shade, which you would never expect from purple blush, but don't knock it until you try it. It is stunning. And I like to take it up here. I just, again though, want to look very natural. I don't want it to look like I'm wearing makeup. So that's why I take it like this, and I kind of just do it everywhere. I'm like, you can never have enough blush, so yeah, just blending that out, dabbing it in, and then I will do the same thing, dab it in with my nose, dab it in on my nose, pardon. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's okay. All right, that's all blended out. We will go in with a cream blush. I'm sorry, a powder blush at the end when this is all set into place. But for now, I'm going to go back in with my concealer and cover up those spots that the liquid and cream products just took off. So we're just gonna go in and lightly dab it in. I see so many people, you know, who do this, not this specifically, who put on cream blush and bronzers, and it takes off their concealer that they just put on, and I'm like, fix it up, because like it just took off that product, so you want to make sure you fix it up. And voila. So let's do our powder products now. So first, I just have to take a moment for the Hourglass Jellyfish palette. It is stunning. I am going to use these two shades, these two lighter shades, and mix them together to set my under eyes. Although it's not really setting your under eyes, it's more of just like brightening them. So I'm gonna take this Sephora 93 brush. Looks like that, kind of angled, and it lets you get into all of these like crevices, and I'm just pushing in under the eyes. So pretty, it just gives you such a natural glow. Again, mixing those two lighter shades, and just looks so pretty on the skin. You don't need a lot unless you've got super, super oily skin, which I have combination skin, so for me, it doesn't make sense to put a lot of this on. But if I'm looking for more of a matte look, I will use the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set everything, but I'm not typically looking for, I'm also kind of just like putting this everywhere right now. I'm not typically looking for a matte look on a day-to-day basis. Okay, next is powder blush. I don't do powder bronzer because I don't like to wear a lot of bronzer. So for powder bronzer, I typically would use this if I were wearing it. It's the bronzing shade in the Jellyfish palette, but I'm gonna skip right to blush, and I mix these two together. It's a cooler toned blush and a highlight, and I just mix them with this big Hourglass brush, and I'm using the larger side. Love this. This duo brush is phenomenal. I love it. So I'm going to mix those two up, and I'm just gonna tap off any excess and just gonna put that on the skin. Such a stunning palette, and I just recently purchased this like a month ago, and I love it. This is so convenient just because it's such an amazing palette. I have not been using anything other than this. And it's just so great. I just really like this. How pretty that looks. Isn't that just stunning? And last thing for the face. I'm gonna go in with this Kevyn Aucoin lighting stick in Soft Light. This is like the only highlighter I use anymore. It's amazing. And I will just take it on my index finger, okay? And I'm just gonna put it on my nose, on like that part of my nose. I don't know if you can see that, but putting it on that part of my nose and then just bringing it up the bridge of my nose. I don't really wear a lot of highlighter ever, just because I don't want to overdo it. I'm like, I don't want to look like the Tin Man. So many people feel the need to put an excessive amount on their skin. And I'm just going to take it on my brow bone as well. Like, look. Oh, and how pretty that looks. It just looks stunning. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of it on my Cupid's bow. Great. And since I kind of already have highlight from the highlighter square in the Jellyfish palette. I really don't put any on my cheekbones just because, again, I don't like to look like I'm wearing an excessive amount. And then anything that I have left on my finger, I will just rub on my eyelids. Just cause. I don't have anything to wipe off my finger right now, so I'm like, I'll just put it on my eyelids. Never can have too much shimmer. I'm just going to take this shade right here, the bronzing shade in the Jellyfish Hourglass palette, and I'm going to take this fluffy brush, any fluffy brush that you have. This is the Morphe times Jaclyn Hill 1130 brush. It's really old. Just any fluffy brush you have. Use that. You're going to dip into the bronzer, swirl it around, tap off the excess, and you're going to put that in your crease. Very like lightly. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to take this same color and I'm just going to put that on my lid. All over the lid. Great. Phenomenal. Gonna do the other eye and do the same exact thing. Very natural. And it just gives some dimension to the face, which I really like. I don't like to look completely naked on the eyes for like a day-to-day look. So that is what I do. That's it. I will do more eye looks, but for day-to-day, I don't wear eye makeup. So this is what you get for eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to go in with, you know what, actually, I think I'm going to show all of you this because I love this product and I do sometimes wear it to work. It is the Moondust Urban Decay in Space Cowboy. This is just the prettiest shimmer, and it almost makes it look like your eyes are wet. It doesn't even really look like eyeshadow, if that makes sense. And I'm just putting it on my lid very lightly. I don't know, let's see if you can see what I'm talking about here. Look at that. So pretty. I'm like really getting up close and personal with you guys. And if you really want it to pop, you can use like a small like flat brush and either spray it with like a setting spray or get it wet with a little bit of water, and it'll just make it that much more pigmented, which I can show in another video, but look at how pretty that is. And then I will just take any kind of excess I have on my fingers and just wipe it up. I'm like, there's really no rhyme or reason to my makeup. I just do whatever I'm feeling like doing. So next, since this is like an everyday makeup routine, I don't wear black mascara unless I'm like going to dinner. And even then I don't always wear black mascara. So I'm going to go in with a brown mascara, which I will show you in a second after I curl my eyelashes. So we're gonna curl them with this. I don't even know where I got this. I will have to look. Oh, I think it's Tweezerman. This Tweezerman eyelash curler, and I curl my eyelashes for 5 years. My eyelashes, I have the kind of eyelashes that stick straight out rather than curling up, so they need a lot of curling. And I'm gonna use this Clinique High Impact Hi-Fi Full Volume Mascara in brown. Love this. It was newly introduced to me. And it's a tubing mascara, which I love because it's so easy to get off. Okay, we're just putting that on. And I love the black mascara that I use. If you need a recommendation for black mascara, I have found one that I actually am obsessed with, which is so hard for me to find because I usually hate mascaras like all of them. I can never find one that I genuinely like. But this Loon and Aster Stratosphere Volumizing Mascara, it's black. It is game-changing. It is wonderful. And that's really hard for me to say about a mascara. But I love that one. It's amazing. Okay, on to the last step of our everyday makeup routine. I'm going to line my lips with the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. You probably know this. It went viral. It's amazing. It went viral for a reason. So we're just going to loosely line. Not gonna lie, I don't. Also, right now what you see me doing is I'm smudging it in with my finger just so it's not so harsh. Because this is a day look, not a night look. Even though it looks like nighttime right now because it's so dark out so early these days. Next, for the final step, I'm going to go in with the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in Pistachio. This is amazing, and it's so light. It's not sticky. I love this. It's the perfect shade of pink. So let's just... look at that. So pretty. Almost forgot to do my eyebrows, which is criminal. So I'm going to go in with a brow gel. I don't fill in my brows because I already have pretty thick eyebrows. So I'm going to go in with the Refi Clear Brow Gel. This is like glue. This is the best eyebrow gel I've ever used. So let me just get in there and show you. It kind of comes out as white when you first apply it, which is a little bit of a jump scare, but you can either like smooth out that whiteness with your hand, or there's an end where you can like flatten it out with this, which is like kind of grody from all the gel. But I'll show you how that works on this eyebrow. So you just do your brow gel like so. Look at that. It's just like, sometimes it clumps and sometimes it's really, really visible. So gotta work with what you got. I'm going to take this end and I'm going to kind of just flatten it out, brushing it in a way just to get out all those clumps. And then I'll just do the same thing with this side just for the sake of this video. Yeah, that is the eyebrows. Love, 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 love. Makeup look, so pretty. You can wear this during the day or at night. I wear it pretty much all day long, and sometimes we'll just do some touch-ups if I'm wearing it for a date night or something like that. So yeah, anything that I put in today's video, any product will be listed down in the description box. All of the shades and the products will be there. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure again that you like and subscribe. I will be posting lots of content this upcoming week. And please be sure to comment any videos that you would like to see. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.